Gato Fuego.
What's going on, people? It's Andrew here from Braces Motors again. We've got another very special video for you here today. We're going to be looking at this absolutely insane Stage 3 BMW M4. So we've currently got this vehicle online on our site for $19,995. Not only does it have a massive list of factory spec, but also a huge list of aftermarket performance upgrades, which we're going to walk you through in this video and show you everything about it. So as we said previously, this car has had thousands of pounds spent on it in aftermarket performance upgrades. And now we're going to walk around the engine bay and just show you a few of them. To get this stunning car to 600 plus brake horsepower, the parts list is as follows. Muscleman upgraded turbos, upgraded Muscleman oil cooler, stainless steel VRSF downpipes and charge pipes, the 2-piece crank hub fix, and Powerflex poly bushers. So the exhaust system on this car is completely standard bar the downpipes, and it does sound absolutely crazy, as you can imagine. So it's got 3 modes: Sport Plus, which spits flames and sounds just like a bat out of hell; Sport, which just gives a deep grumble, which is really nice to listen to; and Comfort, which is just nice for your longer drives and your motorway cruising. In this next clip, you'll see we was paid a visit by the lovely Vince, and we thought it was absolutely nothing less than necessary to get his opinion on the noise.
PGs this does. Huh? What do you reckon the PGs on it? 20? You reckon? That's a what? 15 then, is it?
So obviously these cars already look amazing from the interior, but this car has actually had quite a lot of interior upgrades, which we'll go through now. So some of them include a lovely M Performance carbon trim in the middle there. You've got them all down the door sills as well, all along the dashboard, centre console, and also this lovely Alcantara sort of centre console cover with the M Sport stitching and the handbrake shroud as well. So inside it really does feel like an upgraded car, and it reflects that definitely in the drive. So tech specs and boring stuff out the way, we're going to take the car for a little road test now and just show you how it performs.
Gato Fuego.
So not only does this car have a multitude of different performance upgrades, it's also got quite a lot of handling stuff done to it as well. So it's actually had some lowering springs installed. We're not quite sure how low it's gone. Doesn't feel too harsh as well. I mean, obviously as normal M4s come with, you can adjust the harshness of the ride, and even in Sport Plus mode, you know, with the most harsh ride you can choose, it's pretty drivable. Definitely feels planted, not much body roll at all. But yeah, it's nice that you can have these sort of features where you can change it depending on what sort of driving you're doing. And the lowering springs as well, I think not only just from the outside does it sit a bit nicer, the drive of it as well, it's just impeccable. You definitely want something like that on a car like this. Now that is sexy. So aside from suspension, the car has also had some quite significant upgraded brakes. It's actually got EBC floating two-piece discs. It's just got Brembo pads all the way around. Them discs actually come at a cost of £900 new, so they're not cheap by any means, and I can definitely tell you they stop the car. Another thing you would definitely want on a car with such power as this. Just going to do a little flyby on Brad now. I'm literally probably, I would say, 20% on the throttle there, and that's just taken us to 12 mile an hour. Got to turn that down a bit there just because it's so loud. But yeah, just absolutely the same as any other M4. I really like the options you have to change everything about the drive. So I reviewed a G80 M3 recently, and you can change the velocity of the gear changes. You can do the exact same thing in this car with this button here, and then you can change everything else as well. So you've got the suspension, the sound of the engine, even I think that the hardness of the steering. Is that right, Max? Can you do that? Yeah. And then obviously you've got the sound as well. Like I'll change it to sport there. You can just hear the grumble it gives. As soon as you put your foot down, change it down a few gears. So I've just put the foot down a little bit in the sport mode, obviously where the valves are open, and I'll do the same in efficiency mode now. Give it a downshift. And you can just hear how much quieter and more comfortable that is, to drive. So really good little option that if you wanted to drive this car every day. It's not just a purebred race car, as it might look on the face, and you really can drive this quite comfortably on long journeys. I think Max, that camera's doing a bit of a madness. I think Max also said recently he drove down to York. It was about 2.5 hour journey, and the fuel consumption there was not actually that bad. Obviously, with these cars, it greatly depends on how much you're pushing, how much you're putting your foot down, and you don't buy one of these cars, I guess, to worry all about MPG and consumption. But to drive it every day, you're not going to be burning a hole in your wallet. So another pretty interesting fact, this car has actually got some lovely upgraded Vorsteiner alloys all the way around, and at the back the track width is actually 305, which is massive. I mean, we'll show you some clips now, just from behind of what it looks like. It's something that I've been told always gets commented on at car meets, just how wide it looks at the back. It's actually the same track width as you'll find on a Huracan, which is really interesting. So we're going to go through the Hatfield tunnel now and just get the windows down and show you a bit more what she sounds like. Wow. 13 mile an hour, just like that. Crazy. The noise that thing is making is beautiful. You'd have that as my alarm clock and I'd be straight out of bed. Ever since this car's existed, it's been in quite a few different colourways, which we'll show you some pictures of now. It was wrapped in matte black. It was also wrapped in a lovely yellow, and it also had, when we had it, some lovely gold sort of colour on the alloys. We'll show you a few pictures of the different looks the car's had. I think this car definitely suits the black alloys a little bit better. I just think it looks all murdered out and really, stealthy. I just think it looks a lot nicer. But the gold wheels also did look really different as well. I can't really make my mind up. But we'll show you a few pictures now on the screen of just, the different looks this car has had over the years. Yes, Dom. So you might be wondering, with all this spec, all these upgrades, why is it at such a cheap price at $19,995? And the reason for that is, unfortunately, it is a Category N. I believe a few years ago it was involved in a sort of side collision. I think it was the passenger side rear quarter. Had a little bit of damage on. We've actually got the photo of it, which we'll include in the video now. It's really not the end of the world. I mean, it is quite a small bit of damage, and it does allow this car to just be offered at such a massively cheaper price. Now, we've fully inspected the car, and in our professional view, and a few other people's professional views, that job has definitely been done to a very, very good standard. Oh, okay, no worries at all. Guy's just going, yep, he waves, so it's all right. But yeah, so the job has been done really, really well. We'll show all the shut lines and everything. And I mean, we've had it up for I think only a day now. We've already got a multitude of offers. We've got one guy who has a 2018 M140i Shadow Edition, really nice car. Another guy that actually has a really rare yellow E46 M3 manual, and bit high on the mileage, but we're going to have a little dig into that. And another gent who actually might turn it into a track car. So we're just seeing sort of what balls are on the table at the moment. And there's a couple of other people as well, just interested in sort of cash deals to buy it, just outright. But yeah, all in all, I mean, it's unfortunate that it is a category N and does have the marker on there, but naturally it does give you that massive amount of saving. And I mean, I think you'll agree when you see the pictures of the damage. It's really not the end of the world, and to someone it would really appeal to, who wants all the upgrades at maybe a base spec price. I mean, this is literally at the moment the cheapest M4 in the country. $650 that was. No.
Makes your heart go
No.
You feel it like twitching better.
Yeah, it was making the gimbal like dug out because that's how fast it was going. So that touched 650 brake there.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the most you would say it's touched?
I've seen it say 720.
You've seen it say 720?
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm going to go back to Brad now. He's going to be not very impressed.
Wait there.
See what he has to say. You got?
Oh, he's there.
Could you hear us? So as you might have just heard, got some lovely flyby clips there. A few people got a little bit annoyed, maybe a bit jealous that their micros don't sound like that. But yeah, that's very fun. Eargasming at the side of the road. So to summarise this absolute animal of a car, I have to say, really, really nice daily driver if you're a true petrol head. All the performance upgrades, everything around it. Just such an eye-catching car. I mean, I really do enjoy it. I mean, to have all these amenities here to, make it a bit more comfortable as well, it just makes it so usable on a day-to-day basis. I mean, obviously the way it looks on the outside as well, it tops it all off. And yeah, really, really happy with the car. And I'm sure the next person who owns this car is going to love it just as much as we did. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be back with another exciting car soon. And yeah, see you next time. Sexy noises. Oh yeah.